All right, I got something really cool to show you guys. So I found this box in an antique shop, and it's a magic box. But to get it to work, you have to have the crystals around it. And wait till you see what this box can do. So as you can see, as we open this box up, there's a knife in here. And check this out. And we open the box up. Check that out. That big old kukri inside that little tiny box. Amazing. Amazing. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bonjour, privet, guten tag, hola, and ciao to my foreign friends. So this is my entire Robeson collection. There's, well, okay, it's not my entire Robeson collection, but there's 50 Robesons here. And I'm doing this because Backwoods Boy 73 said he'd like to see the whole collection. On a recent video, which I featured a Robeson knife, I can't remember which one it was. And so I do collect Robesons, and this is my main passion. You know, I like, as a brand, I like Robesons the best, and so that's what I concentrate on. I actually think I have more Shrades than Robesons, but that's because they're cheap and easy to get a hold of. These knives, Robesons are a fantastic knife. They are, you know, very collectible. They're not in that collectible range as good as, say, cases, but I think that's just because, you know, a lot of people haven't caught on to these fantastic knives today. They are truly one of the best knives ever produced in the world. And the thing about case knives is he marketed them to working class people. So I mean, he had traveling salesmen. They went out to job sites, mining places, steel mills, construction sites, you know, to sell his knives. And so it's really hard to get, you know, a good Robesons in good shape. So that's just something you have to deal with. And some of the better ones will go for, you know, a lot of money. So I'm not going to show every knife here. I'll probably, I also don't want to make it a history video because it'd be too long. So I'm just going to run through a few of them. This is my oldest one. It dates between, okay, so it dates between 1895 and 1899. And Robeson actually, he started selling knives in, so he actually started selling knives in 1885, but he was selling knives before that. That's just like the official date for him selling knives. This one would date between 1910 and 1915 with the Tang stamp on it. Nice, easy open. The scales have been replaced on this. They're not original, but the knife is in really good shape. This one here is, I'll do a video on it one day, but it's a large Congress. It's almost 4.5 inches, and it's just huge and extremely well made. And really interesting story on this I'll have to share on a video one day. This is a jumbo, yeah, jumbo knife. And these things are kind of rare. Levin said any jumbo knife is rare, but this is a Robeson jumbo. And it's, man, you just don't come across these every day. So I have a few, you know, cool ones in my collection. This knife right here, I can't remember whether I showed this in a video or not, but this band around here is is patented. And let me show you on another knife to get a better view of it. Let me see if I can find it here. So you can see here, this knife fits down in this band that goes around here, and you have to have a pin for the back springs, but otherwise this scale is not pinned, and it's just as solid as could be, and the scale is fitting down underneath of this, and it is patented, and this knife would date between, let me check it out real quick, yeah, 1910 to 1922. I think this patent was in 1924 is when the patent for that occurred. But that's one of the things about Robeson is they had over 100 different patents, and they were very innovative and not afraid to try things. This is a 100% aluminum knife, other than the blades, of course. The guy put his name there. I think a lot of collectors would not have wanted this, but he also wrote Pawnee on the back, and I have to believe that that's because he was a Pawnee, and so I think that's kind of cool, and you know, I like having that. That doesn't bother me at all. I think that just adds to the character of the knife, and you know, this guy was a Native American and proud enough to put his tribe on the back of the knife. So I think that's pretty cool. This is an office knife. This is this is the biggest office knife I've ever seen. It's almost 4 inches. You rarely see them that big. Office knives were big, but you know, this is the biggest one I've ever seen, and so I think that's pretty cool, and it's in good shape. Robeson, one thing is Robeson did not produce knives with ivory, so this is simulated ivory here, French ivory. But other than that, they produce every other kind of knife handle material that you could think of. Really, really nice knives. These would date, these are sure edge knives, so they would date after 1940. This is rough black. And I had a pretty interesting debate with a collector on a knife forum about this. He kept saying it's celluloid, and it's not. It's rough black. And I showed him in paperwork, I've got research material that shows that they produce these in rough black. And, you know, that just wasn't good enough. And you can see the difference. So this is plastic here, celluloid. It looks a lot different than rough black. And it reacts differently under black light. So celluloid has kind of a lime green color under black light. In rough black, doesn't react at all to it. And so that was kind of interesting. I'm also fortunate to have a couple knives. This is a flame edge, so that's a genuine tungsten edge on this knife. And this knife is marked. I don't know whether you'll be able to pull it out in the video, but right up here it's marked frozen heat, and so that was Robeson's cryogenic heat treatment. And of course today cryogenic heat treatments are all the craze. Robeson was the first one to do it back in the 50s, and Emerson Case developed that himself. So I think that's kind of fortunate. And then this knife here is probably one of the last knives they produced. They went out of business in 1965. They were bought out by Federated Cutlery, I believe it was called. And I only have one knife not produced by Robeson. This is a Robeson knife produced by Federated Cutlery. And, this is a good knife. It's not to the quality standards of Robeson's, but, probably better than a Camillus. It's a pretty good quality knife. Good action on this knife. Plastic, though. Hear that? Plastic scales. So, anyhow, I just wanted to show all of them. Some cool knives there. And bring them all into view here. This one is a demonstrator. This is one of my pride and joys. So demonstrators and salesman knives, you don't see those too often. And so that's pretty cool. This is in really good shape too. It has rough black. Tank stamp would put it up to the 1940s. Pretty nice little knife there. Not in the best shape, but you know what? Overall, the knife is in a pretty good shape, so I'll take it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. One day I'll do a full history of Robeson. Fascinating company, great company to collect. The knives, the only thing is there's not a lot of catalogs out there, so it's kind of hard to get information on model numbers. But there's a lot of collector information out there on Robeson knives that'll kind of fill the gap a little. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.